Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First off and foremost, I'd like to welcome everybody to this year's Sports Awards. I'd like to start by thanking all the coaches, support staff, varsity workers, healthcare, and all of you athletes who made this another great year. I'd like to begin with the land acknowledgement. I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional lands of the Cree, Ojibwe, Saulteaux, Dakota, Nakota, Lakota, and on the homeland of the Métis-Michif Nation. We respect and honor the treaties that are made in all territories and are committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. I'd like to welcome Father Parker up for our beginning prayer.
So we'll pray in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, thank you for the gift of today, for the gift of your presence in our lives, for all the gifts that you've given us, especially the gift of athletic ability, that we use our bodies to praise you now and always, on the ice and on the field, in all moments of our lives. We pray in a special way for those who will receive the awards today, that they remain humble and leaders and stewards of the gifts that they've been given, and pray for all those who won't receive gifts and awards, that they too might remain humble and strive to do better in their daily lives and in their athletic ability. We ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus, and through the intercession of all your saints, but especially your Holy Mother, Mary, as we pray. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much. There. Okay. Thank you, Father Parker. I'd like to now welcome Kobe up to the stage to introduce our guest speaker.
Good afternoon. My name is Kobe Bozaire. I'm a 3-year hound from North Balfour, Saskatchewan. At Notre Dame, I play hockey, rugby, wrestling, badminton, cross country, and ultimate. It is my honor to introduce to you an alumnus. Mr. Paul Houston was a Notre Dame hound from 82 to 86 and received the most valuable player for both wrestling and rugby teams. Mr. Houston is currently Canada's foreign liaison officer / counselor based in the Canadian Embassy, Bangkok, Thailand. He has served with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police for 28 years. Throughout his career, he has investigated major crimes, including homicide, kidnapping, organized crime, street gangs, human smuggling, national security, terrorism, and federal drugs. Mr. Houston has spent 10 years with Canada's National Security Program, during which he led investigations into various terrorist groups. Mr. Houston is currently Canada's representative within the Ballet process on people smuggling, trafficking, in-person, and related transnational crime, in regional forum that supports collaboration, dialogue, and policy development relating to irregular migration in the Asia-Pacific region and beyond. Mr. Houston is also the RCMP's lead police investigative techniques facilitator at the Jakarta Center for Law Enforcement and Cooperation, Indonesia. Mr. Houston is recipient of the British Columbia Commanding Officer Commendation, Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Medal of Service, RCMP Long Service Medal. Mr. Houston is married with 3 children, 1 daughter, and 2 sons. He's been a football and soccer coach in White Rock, British Columbia. Please welcome back Paul Houston to Notre Dame.
Wow. This is absolutely amazing to come back here to Notre Dame. Notre Dame Hounds, esteemed guests and faculty, I am humbled to be with you today as you gather for your athletics awards ceremony. As I reflect on my journey here at Athenry College of Notre Dame, I realize how profoundly deep my time here has built my character, and as a result, the opportunities I've had in my life. I had prepared a speech for you. To be quite frank, I tried Chat GPT, wasn't good at it. Spoke to my sons, they showed me how to do it. Didn't like the result. It wasn't really me. Said I wanted to come talk to the students of Notre Dame, more on a personal note. I've been part of a number of presentations that bored the heck out of me, and I didn't want to bore you. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a number of different perspectives, right? So can we start just by a show of hands? How many students here are from Saskatchewan? Ooh, that's a lot. From Saskatchewan, hands up. Alberta? Manitoba? Ontario? British Columbia? Nice. Quebec? Halifax? PEI? Here you go. Nova Scotia? New Brunswick? I see you. Northwest Territories? None of it? Nice. Nice. What else do we have? Yukon? Newfoundland? No, Newfoundland. Oh, there you go. There you go. Nice.
What that demonstrates to me is that each one of you people have come from a different process. You have different lived experiences, different perspectives. I don't know about you, but when I walked onto this campus the first time in grade 9, I was petrified. I lived in Regina. I didn't even know what was there. I love athletics. I love sports. And you'll hear in a minute what my perspective is about Notre Dame. But what it does is it demonstrates the people from across the, oh, sorry, I forgot one thing. Anybody here international? There you go. There you go. Okay. So people from all over the world, across the country, came to Notre Dame with different lived experiences and different perspectives. Different understandings about what Notre Dame was going to be about and provide. Those perspectives aren't necessarily wrong or right. But now you've had a year at Notre Dame, maybe 3, maybe 4 years at Notre Dame, and that has molded your perspective. So now you have that Notre Dame perspective. So a little bit about me. I was born in 1968, a long time ago, but I was born in South Vietnam during the Vietnam War. Okay? As a result, I was an orphan. I don't know who my parents are. Never met them. At the time, I was raised by Buddhist monks, female Buddhist monks, in South Vietnam during the war. In 1973, I was adopted by a Canadian family, immigrants themselves who had moved to Canada after World War II, adopted and American. We had 5 of their own children. Right? So they were a little bit elderly by the time they decided to adopt me. My brothers and sisters are white and quite a bit older than me. After 2 years, I wanted to move brother because all my older brothers and sisters had moved away. So we adopted away to Cambodia. After we got that away to Cambodia, we did in Regina. My father was sent overseas to open hospitals around the world. So I got to live in Jamaica, I got to live in India, in Bangladesh, in Malaysia, many different countries. And as a result, I saw a lot of different perspectives. right? Not just the North American perspective, but many different perspectives. And that started that foundation that we're talking about here. When we talk about perspective, and this is really for today, for what my work is, has anybody heard the term don't stand too close to the elephant? No? What it means is when you are so close to something, you might not see the whole picture. You only see one part of that picture. Step back from that elephant. Don't get caught up in echo chambers. Look for different perspectives. You can learn a lot from different perspectives and collaborate. I do it every single day working overseas. Working with people that have different perspectives from North America, different perspectives of how to live. But at the core foundation, you have animals. You have mom and dad, you have sons and daughters, you have people wanting just to have a good life. That foundation that you have here will help you every single day in the future. As long as you don't centralize yourself with just perspectives that you agree with. Bring in other perspectives, other lived experiences. You'll learn a lot from them. When I came to Notre Dame, I would say that I was a very good athlete. I was in many different sports. I loved the competition. I loved the planning. In fact, practice was fun for me. I wanted to compete. I wanted to be the best version of me I could be at every sport. In this school, you will hear mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. I would add to that balance. When I came here, as I said, I was a very good athlete, but I wasn't balanced. The balance being is that I spent so much time in my athletics that I left my grade. I was a horrendous academic. My marks were terrible. And I'm pretty sure when I graduated, there were some teachers there that were pretty happy to see me leaving when it came to academics. Coaches that were sad from the sports side, that's what they didn't focus on my balance. My balance came after graduation, after I left here, and had some time to reflect on who I was and what I wanted to achieve in life. And it took some time. I had to leave Regina. I had a bunch of friends that really weren't going anywhere. I had to make a decision. Am I going to leave? So I did. One day I just picked up and left, and I moved to British Columbia. To try and get a new focus in my life. I went to Vancouver Island, and I did my bachelor education. Okay? Just as I was about to finish my bachelor education, there was a teacher's strike. And I had to rethink about what it is that I wanted to do. So I joined the military. Get some discipline, some regiment in my life, some ethics, some drive, like-minded people. And then I brought with that in 1990. War culture in the Middle East. My roommate was sent in Iraq. Wait. Again, I have to take a minute and pause and reflect on who I was and what I wanted to do with my life. I'm a product of this. Do I want to be in a position where I might have to take somebody else's life? That wasn't me. Sometimes you have to step back and make some decisions. But that's part of that being well-rounded, mind, body, and soul. This school, ingredients need a set of competition. Excellent. Across the board. Show of hands. How many people here are wood choppers? Yeah. 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 Got it? Wood choppers? That it? Wood choppers? Badgers? Right? I was a wood chopper. I'm sorry. I was a badger. Lower floor, left door, and this. Back then, those doors were connected. Okay? One of the things I enjoyed there was the pillow fights, having 600 students having a pillow fight at the same time. I don't know if you do that anymore. But those are quite the things that we had. Pulse slides. Crafty itchy. Oh, yeah. Crafty wearing these crafty, yes. I think one of the things that is amazing was those go-tos with your teammates, right? Getting ready to compete against another school, another team, sitting in the back of the bus with your buddies, talking about somebody on another team, how you're going to play, how you did play, meeting with John and stopping off at the McDonald's on the way out on the bus, staying at different hotels, your roommates, your teammates. Those are things you will miss forever. But unlike our group, you have the ability to connect, to stay connected. We didn't have that. So I have a hard time meeting up with my fellow classmates. I hope you maximize your network, right? Forever, maximize your network. You never know who you will run into after this. I remember after I graduated, being in British Columbia, Ontario, and I was wearing a Notre Dame jacket. And some complete stranger walked up to me and offered me a job and a place to stay because he was an alumni. Didn't know me from Adam, but he knew the content of your character that you built here meant that you were going to be a reliable, respectful, on-time person that was a hard worker. Maximize and maintain your networks.
Again, I think I won't take up too much of your time, but what I wanted to bring up one thing because it really comes to the dedication of who you are and the excellence that is displayed here. I was on the track and field team to start off with. I was on too many other teams. And one day a coach came up to me and said, we have this track meet in a couple of weeks. And we're going to have a competition out in the back field there. And I know you're on the football team and the rugby team. I want you to run the 400. Because I've never ran the 400 in my life. I don't know how to run the 400. Go ahead. So I went out and it was school. So it was everybody on the school. But it was the track and field team was involved. Okay? And so I ran the 400. And I came in second. The coaches came up to me afterwards and said, hey, first and second, get to go and represent Notre Dame at the next conference. My roommate said I should be happy. I wasn't happy. I was pissed off on myself. Because I took zero time to practice, to prepare. I had too much self-confidence that I would do well, but I didn't take time to practice and prepare. So I sat down there and well, now I'm packed guilty. It really doesn't mean too much to me, but internally, I knew I could do better. So without saying anything, I went out to the track and field, 5 o'clock in the morning. Tired and shoes. I ran out to a mile and a half. You guys still run a mile and a half? Ran out a mile and a half. And I practiced my breathing.
my timing. Because I knew I could do better than what I demonstrated. I just needed to have a plan. I needed to have dedication to that plan. And then I needed to execute. Not ready. We went to South Saskatchewan, track and field tournament. And I'm happy to say I won that race by about 40 meters. And I think that's the first time in my life where I realized that very important aspect. We all have dreams, aspirations. But without a plan and a dedication to that plan, the likelihood that you will succeed becomes lower. Be disciplined. Whatever you do in your life, be disciplined. Have a plan. I'll end it off with these few words. The experiences that I had here shaped my character. As a result of these experiences, I decided to have a career that gave back to the community. That I knew that I wasn't ever going to be rich. I wasn't looking to be rich or to be famous. I was good at sports, but I knew that I was never going to make a living from sports. I needed to have a plan after sports. So in 1995, I chose the RCMP. Now, when I first joined the RCMP, it was because I wanted to serve my community. I had no idea the opportunities that would come along the way. Sometimes it's luck. Sometimes you make your own opportunities. I've been able and fortunate enough to work in policing from Surrey, British Columbia, all the way up to Iqaluit, Nunavut. My time in Iqaluit, Nunavut was absolutely amazing. It was an aspect of policing and life I had never experienced before. Seize the moment. Seize that opportunity. That was an opportunity that was not planned. I put my hand up when others wouldn't. I've had an opportunity to work in small teams as an individual and with big international teams. And I've had amazing experiences throughout. But sometimes it's the small things that reinforce why you're doing what it is that you're doing. One day in Surrey, one gang got in a confrontation with another gang. And these two gangs had been at each other for quite some time, and there'd been some shootings and some bad things happening. About 8 gang members got arrested and brought into the detachment, and I was the primary investigator. And like so many other times, I went down to the cell block and had a chat with all these suspects. Some talked to me, some told me to get lost, some listened and didn't say anything. But I took the moment, took the time to talk to everybody. Years later, I get a letter in the mail from 2 of the suspects. They indicated to me that because I took the time to talk to them for 15 minutes, it changed their life. They now become teachers and an engineer. Because somebody took the time to listen to them, to hear their battle, to understand what made them tick, to listen to what their aspirations were, and to actually show compassion and understanding. That letter is in my office. Because those individuals although I've spent with thousands and thousands of people, you can see that they're making a difference in their lives. And that's what, as future leaders of tomorrow, you will need. How will you impact other people's lives? How do you show leadership? What can you do as a team leader to serve? I want to take a minute and just say thank you to the coaches, to the teachers, to the mentors that are here today. You mold the leaders of tomorrow. You provide your knowledge and your time. And you are part of a community of excellence. An excellence that hopefully these memories will last a lifetime. So I want to say congratulations to all the Hounds here today of another fantastic year. I want to recognize those that will be recognized as outstanding leaders in sports. And just remember that there's Hounds around the world that you can reach out to, that will support you, because we are an everlasting community. Right? So again, congratulations. Thank you for your time. Well done. Looked at the Murgo, and Hounds have heart.
Thank you very much. All right. All right. I'd just like to start by thanking Paul for taking the time out of his busy schedule to come back home, welcome him back as a Hound, and to speak to us today and impart us with his wisdom. I do have Georgia Lynn here to.
Good morning. My name is Georgia Lynn Cuaton, and I'm a 2-year Hound from Regina, Saskatchewan. This year, I played volleyball, softball, rugby, and wrestling. Mr. Houston, thank you for taking the time to come and speak with us today. Your words are much appreciated, and we thank you for staying connected to Notre Dame.
Thank you.
Actually, we'll over here. Sorry, I know. Sorry. This question just fall.
Me too. I was too.
All right. Okay. Now, just a couple housekeeping items before we get into our awards banquet. Just if we asked coaches, just keep it short so that we can keep the session moving forward. Once you receive, if you're called up to the stage here to get your award, please step over to the side with your coach. You'll get an individual shot. Then we'll just ask that you step to the side, and then we'll do a group shot at the end as well. Okay, so we will begin with our high school sports and wrestling.
All right. Yeah. All right. Hello. All right. Can't help but feeling a little set up here. I didn't know I was going first. I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that, but I will try. Not super comfortable speaking in front of a bunch of people. So if you see me getting super sweaty up here, or my voice cracks, or I tear up a little bit, and you see me cry, no, you didn't. Okay. All right. So wrestling. here for the wrestling awards. I got 4 to give out here, but before I get to there, I just want to just thank a few people. First off, I just want to recognize that I couldn't have had the success that I had this season without the support of everybody here. No, you didn't. All right. All right, I'm good now. Okay. So thank you to Ron Gonzalez with the Wolverine Wrestling Club in Regina for having us out every single week. Helped me grow as a coach. I know that our wrestlers, they developed significantly because of that. Thank you to my assistant coach. I don't believe he's here today, but Cole Walsh. He often made it to practice before I even did, even though I live just down the block. So I appreciate him greatly. Thank you to Mike for not shutting down any of my crazy ambitious ideas for wrestling and always having my back. Thank you to Tracy and Dan for sharing the gym with me and giving us the space to practice, even though we only take up a small corner of the gym. Voice crack, that's my bad. And to all the coaches here for lending me your athletes and developing your athletes in a good way. I hope that they would have taken something from wrestling and brought it back to their other sports. And yeah, so despite our team being very young and a lot of them not having any grappling or combat sport experience, we did see quite a good deal of success this season. We attended a total of 5 tournaments, including, sorry, I'm doing good, I know, all right. Including provincials and regionals. From those tournaments, we never had any more than 10 wrestlers. So I think the most wrestlers we took to a tournament was 8 at O'Neill. And from those tournaments, we were able to accumulate a total of 396 points, which is pretty significant in wrestling. You're only really awarded 2 points at a time for a takedown. 4, if you're really special, you take them right to their back. So 396 points, pretty significant. A record of 56 wins and 49 losses, or a win-loss ratio of 1.14 in Fortnite terms. And a total of 9 bronze medals, 4 silvers, and 5 gold. Before I move on to the individual awards, I just want to recognize each of the wrestlers' individual accolades throughout the season. So feel free to stand up, give us a wave, and clap after each of the names. So first up is Lucas Ross. He received 2 top 5 finishes throughout the season. Caleb Pelche received 1 silver medal and placed 6th in provincials. Will Lutz was only able to make it to 1 tournament, but he took home the gold for that tournament. Evan Hill is another young man that could only come to 1 tournament, but he brought home the gold as well. Peyton Kabluatuk, he only attended 1 tournament, but he brought home a bronze from that tournament. Killian Venhorst received 1 bronze medal as well. Gianna Paventi received 1 bronze medal. Jalen Custer received 1 bronze medal and 2 bronzes. The second of which bronze was attained at the provincial championship. So congratulations, Jalen. Georgia Lynn Keewaden received 1 gold, 2 silvers, and a bronze. Kobe Basser received 1 gold medal, 1 silver, and could have received another if he didn't have to leave his last match to go play in a hockey game. He also received another bronze. Sokrat Markarian received 2 bronze medals in the regionals and provincial championships. All right. So in the spirit of keeping it brief, I'm going to move on to the individual awards, and I'm going to start off with the Heart of the Hound. For the Heart of the Hound, I awarded it to a wrestler who exemplified what it meant to be a hound in their effort and practice and in competitions. My bad. The wrestler that I chose for this award is one that takes care of business both on and off the mats. They showed up on time despite the dreaded warm-up. The wrestling warm-up is pretty infamous for being pretty dreadful. They made an effort to show up, and they never showed up alone. This was my top recruiter. They pulled in several of their friends throughout the season to just come try it out and gave them a good space to do so. And I use this person as kind of my gauge to figure out whether or not we're going to have a good practice or not. If that person was there, I knew more would be there and we'd have enough to get a few good reps in. If they weren't there, they had a good reason to be. They were either fulfilling one of their many other commitments on campus, such as playing Dungeons and Dragons or esports with Zomer. So thank you for that. Please join me in congratulating Georgia Lynn Keewaden for receiving this year's Heart of the Hound. All right, for our most improved, I could not give out just a single one of these. I thought that it would be fair to have a male and a female athlete receive because everybody should be recognized. I think that our whole team improved greatly, but for our most improved wrestler, it was nearly impossible to just pick one. I chose two that stood out this season for their improvements in not only technique, but in their attitude and sportsmanship as well. Our most improved wrestlers are wrestlers who really surprised and impressed me throughout the season, and they came into wrestling with absolutely zero background in grappling, which was made apparent by their Bambi-like movements and warm-ups. But by the end of the season, however, they were both winning matches and qualifying for provincials. Both wrestlers had some initial reluctance to wrestling, only wanting to practice and maybe try something new. But with a healthy amount of peer pressure, we convinced them to compete, and they had some success on the mats. It was clear from the moment that they stepped on the mats that they were hooked, because although they struggled with some of the core wrestling fundamentals, such as never crossing your feet, staying low, staying low and in your stance, always keeping your head and hands up, and keeping your elbows tucked in by your side to protect your inside position, and how to properly perform a backwards roll. Although they struggled with these fundamentals and were only equipped with a handful of techniques, they hopped right into it, and they wrestled with tenacity and held their own at provincials, pinning several of their opponents and scoring double digits against some of the best wrestlers in the province. Please join me in congratulating Gianna Paventi and Kayla Pelche for receiving this year's Most Improved Wrestler Award. Good job. All right, sorry, super fast. One last award to be given out is our MVP. The wrestler that I chose for the MVP is a good winner, a good loser, and a good teammate. Sorry. They were always there to cheer on their teammates for their matches. They attended as many practices as possible. Even if they were unable to participate, they showed up just to watch, just to be there with the team. Or if they only had 20 minutes to take off before their next practice, they made sure to be there and they made sure to let me know. Good. All right. The spirit of this wrestler was undeniable. Their raw athleticism and strength made them stand apart. And this wrestler was a throwing and pinning machine. Being awarded several 4-point throws throughout every tournament, this was the wrestler to watch. In wrestling, a 4-point throw is where you take someone from their feet directly to their back. In each tournament that they attended, and ended up pinning 8 of their opponents in just under 8.5 minutes. They were the one to watch out for, and they were the one that the opposing coaches warned about. Do not tie up with this person. Do not let them grab you. They coached their athletes around this person's game, and it was effective. This wrestler's influence did not go unnoticed, as they often opened up each tournament, as they are in one of the more common weight classes. And just by watching this wrestler win or lose, you could see a weight being lifted off the rest of the team. Sorry. Please join me in congratulating Kobe.
And now we'll get the coaches of our JV basketball team, Dan Manson and Steph Govan, up, please.
Alrighty. Dre had a lot of excellent things to say. I feel a little bit unprepared now. Hopefully what I have to say, even though it's not nearly as long, still reaches everybody in terms of how important these guys were to our team. We're going to start off with our most improved player. Let me turn up brightness here a little bit. So this player took massive strides this year in his ability to move with the ball, pass, and shoot. Really, all aspects of his game got drastically better. But the biggest thing that I saw this guy do is improve as a team player. He made the leap to become a major part of our offense, a force with blocks, rebounds, and most importantly, scoring baskets. He came out of most games with a double-double for us. So most improved player of the 2024 season was Jack Littlechild. Alrighty, we're going to jump back in time a little bit. We're going to go from a grade 11 to one of our grade 9s. We're going to go to our rookie of the year next. A rookie of the year this year came into our season as a grade 9. You wouldn't really be able to tell this by the way he plays. He plays with intensity. He plays with emotion. He plays with finesse. And he steps on the field or on the court every single time like he is the best person out there. And I think he thinks that too sometimes. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up one of our future leaders on the Notre Dame Hounds basketball team with Mike Lukowski. before we get to our last award, we have probably the one I would consider to be the most important on this team. And I think he knows it's going to him. He's received it before. This award goes to the guy who shows the most character. I don't think I've ever met a more team-first person out of every sport I've played. Sean Langomez this year. And hold your applause for 1 sec, because Sean, you come on up. I'd like to say a few things as you come up. Sean looked at every single player on our team, whether they're grade 9, grade 12, a coach like me or Steph, other people on the other team, the same. He treated everybody with dignity and respect, and I couldn't give this reward to a better person. So congratulations, Sean. To our Heart of the Hound. Coming to our last award, we have our most valuable player. This player exemplifies the phrase leading by example. He's a man of few words, but there were so many instances where he could play complete games, would never come off the court, whether that would be for a quick water break in between timeouts or staying on for overtime, staying extra time after practice, helping out our teammates. It didn't matter. He would rise to the challenge every time I gave it to him, mid-game, before the game, after the game. He would remember, and he would have it locked down for the next time he stepped on the court. So 2024 most valuable player of the Notre Dame Hounds basketball team is Gene Armstrong. One last thing, with Sean and Gene finishing up their time here at Notre Dame this year, I'd like to present them with their jersey. So Sean, you can come on up. This is your Hounds basketball jersey. It is yours to keep. Thank you, Sean. And Gene, I have your football jersey here. Thank you for both of you guys being a part of our teams.
And our girls basketball, come on up.
Hi guys, those are hard acts to follow. I didn't really prepare a whole lot. We really started out as a raw team, and I have to admit, I was a little apprehensive starting the season. We started out with some losses. We ended up actually winning the last 6 games of our season. We had get up here. A lot of raw talent. So I refer to them as my girls. Tamara and I had so much fun with you guys this year, and wow, we just have so much raw talent, and we athletes, like honestly, we're so lucky to have these girls. Anyway, I'm going to start out with our Rookie of the Year. Our Rookie of the Year showed up. She hadn't played a lot of basketball, and she was scrappy, and I loved it. She just worked really, really hard on the court. And Rookie of the Year goes to Juliette Grondier-Loney. All right, most improved. So this really could have gone to a lot of people on our team. But there's one girl that really kind of stuck out for me because at the beginning of the year, she's like, I don't know if I want to do this, and I think I might quit. And she stuck with it, and it really impressed me. So Anne-Lynn Leray. I think Leray? Anne-Lynn, come on up. No? She not here? Okay. All right. So next would be our Heart of the Hound. So it's always great to have somebody on the team that you can count on 100% of the time, no matter what. If I need anything done, who's there for every practice, is, seeing things or asking me questions before I realize that, oh yeah, we probably should have done that. And this person, love having her on my team, a great leader, Natalie Harasny. Come on up. All right. Lastly is our MVP. So this person, every time they showed up, really brought up the level of play. We depended on her bringing the ball down the court. We depended on her scoring. And honestly, just worked hard every single time she came out. Our MVP is Kiera Parrott. Come on up.
We'll get our badminton coaches, Nicole Hoffert and Bob Baumüller up.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Bob and I had the pleasure of working with our badminton athletes for the first time this year. It was impressive to see the talent that our multi-sport athletes have. We look forward to growing the program kind of moving forward. Today we would like to acknowledge our male and female MVPs. Both of these players attended all of our practices, worked super hard, and represented Notre Dame at districts. Please help me to congratulate Kobe Boser and Natalie Harasny.
And we'll bring up coaches Rob Kruger for our high school baseball and Travis Crumley if he's here.
All right, thank you. Just before we begin, thank you to the players for a fantastic season. Thank you to Travis for all the commitment that he gave to helping coach his team. We're going to start with the Heart of the Hound. I'm going to bring these guys up right away, and we'll talk about them when they're up here. Heart of the Hound, could I get Reese Osiki and Justin Vanderplug?
Reese has been with us for 2 years and is one of our team captains this year. He was one of many team players on this year's roster. With grace, he handled the difficult job of playing many positions. Wherever he ended up, he gave us his full effort. Reese saved his best for the end, again. Over the playoffs, he had a .615 on-base percentage, hit 2 doubles, scored 9 runs, and batted in 4. And of course, he was beaned twice. Round of applause for Reese Osiki.
Justin has been on the team for 3 years. He's always been one of the quieter players, but he has also been one of the more impactful. No one lays out for a catch like Justin. Few come through in the clutch like Justin. Over the playoffs, there was some struggle, early struggle at the plate in the quarterfinal and the semifinal. But in the semifinal, he did come through with the walk-off game-winning hit in the bottom of the seventh. His best defense also came in the playoffs. He was able to move from center field to first base, back to center field, and made some amazing catches to keep runs off the board. Round of applause for Justin Vanderplug. Yeah, Risa Seeking, Justin Vanderplug. Here we go. Okay, so now we'll move on to, oh, fellas, you got to stay up here. We'll move on to the most improved. So we'll bring these two guys up here, Austin Watts and Josh Leggett.
Austin wasn't able to make half of our road trips, but he still contributed to being a big part of our team. Austin didn't play much baseball when he was a younger, so most of this was brand new to him. We saw Austin improve every time he came out. In a very short season, he was able to become a valuable member of our team. Round of applause for Austin Watts.
Josh also is a player who did not play much baseball before coming to Notre Dame. Maybe they don't have baseball in North Carolina. I don't know. Josh faced much struggle this season trying to catch up with the level of play of the rest of the team. There was some frustration, but ultimately he finished strong. Came up with 2 key RBIs in the quarterfinals. Round of applause for Josh Leggett. And finally, our MVP. Let's bring him up here, Fearson Lohendorf.
Fearson brought a quiet fire to our team. No one said fewer words. He spoke with his actions. As a hitter, he led the team with a .520 batting average. As a pitcher, he led the team with 4 wins and 19 strikeouts.
In the playoffs, as a hitter, he got on base more than half the time, scored 8 runs, batted in 6. But his pitching was really what led the way. The semifinal was Saturday at noon. He began the game as the DH, but he entered late in the game to pitch. Because he only finished with 40 pitches, he was allowed to pitch 60 more in the final. We thought he was going to pitch, it's really tough to pitch 2 games in the same day. We thought he was going to give us 1 or 2 innings. Instead, he gutted through 5 innings before Cale and Jake wrapped things up. Big round of applause for Fearson Lohendorf.
While they're getting their picture, we'll call up John Madity for the U18A baseball. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so I coached the U18A baseball team out of Regina this year. So this year has been a very fun season, having opportunities in Saskatoon for our first tournament on this team and having a good season playing around Southern Saskatchewan. Playing in the Regina Baseball League, our Hounds performed well and continued to develop as the season went on. It is something I say every year, but I'm very pleased and proud of how much energy and dedication our boys brought to every game. Right now, our record is 7 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie, and we have a game tomorrow and today. So first award that I'm going to go to is our MVP. Our MVP goes to someone who leads on and off the field and has proved himself to be a utility player for his team. He has proven himself as a strong offensive batter and defensive player and is noticed when he is not in the lineup. I am very pleased with his efforts, and I am happy we get to carry on his development into next year's season. Help me congratulate the MVP recipient, Aiden Pym. For the most improved player, this is for the people that have taken baseball on for the first time ever or coming back into the sport after a long period of time. This character had raw talent, both as a batter and a fielder, and with hard work and dedication, he is an aggressive base runner, strong batter, and reliable fielder. Please help me congratulate Kelvin Gustafson as the most improved player. Okay, last one is the Heart of the Hound. The Heart of the Hound award goes to a first-year player on this team that always kept the team energy up, always played positively, and even tested the boundaries with me as the coach from funny moments or funny comments in the outfield. This player pays close attention to detail and learns from his mistakes, so he may perform better next scenario. I'm very happy with his attitude and his efforts this season. Please help me welcome Connor Dunn as the Heart of the Hound. I just have a few closing comments. I would like to give some shout outs, a huge shout out to Mike and Bob for all the extra support this season. I would also like to give my gratitude to 2 grade 12 boys who supported me at every practice, every game, and took on my role when I was not present. Carter Hines and Ash Mitchell-Moore. Both these boys were always dependable and reliable in coaching and supporting their players. They kept the energy up for the boys, and it was a very memorable experience for me having them part of this team. So please, everyone, give Carter and Ash a round of applause for extended thank you. Okay, so just want to give a recognition to all the grade 12s that played on my team. Firstly, I would like to welcome up Neve Sethi to the front for a special gift. He's the only non-hockey player on this team, so he is receiving his own game jersey. So all the grade 12s, I haven't missed you. Bottom of my heart, guys, I feel and I think Bob, Mike, staff know it was like coaching the Sandlot this year, and maybe a little worse, Bad News Bears. But lastly, just want to recognize all the grade 12s. So Thomas Curry, Bexon Fox, Carter Hines, Caleb Cornelson, Sultan Klumbeck, Ash Mitchellmore, Russell Newman, Francisco Romano, and Neve Sethi. Most of these boys have been my 3-year boys on this team. Not many of us have the opportunity to coach you for 3 consecutive years, but it has been an absolute blast. I wish you boys all the best in the future. Sorry, forgot Liam. Sorry. And you guys always have a position coaching on my team.
We'll call up our female softball coaches, please. Allie, Dave, and Tamara, if you are going to take pictures. Okay.
What do you call a telemarketer from Switzerland? A Scandinavian. All right. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the entire softball team this year. We had 21 players, 1 team manager, 1 team photographer, and 4 co-coaches to help me run this show this year. I want to thank everybody for everything they did for softball. Having that many players was key for our team because, as Paul mentioned, there's a balance here at Notre Dame. And with all the other things that these young ladies had going on in their lives, we needed 21 bodies to sometimes make the roster of 9 for a particular game. So that was really a blessing for me as a coach to have all those players at my disposal. We technically, our season still hasn't finished, but it likely is. And we completed a 9-0 undefeated season in the Moose Jaw House League. And that's because we could hit the ball. Boy, could we hit the ball this year. And we could field the ball too. So thanks, everyone. It was memorable and fun. I would like to start off with the most improved player for softball this year. You could tell at the first practices that this young lady was really excited about the softball season. And she was a different player than she was the year before. She had a sure glove in the outfield and at first base. Caught some really quick line drives that came her way effortlessly. But the most improvement in this player was her hitting ability. It was impressive throughout the season, but going 4 for 4 in her final game and launching one over the center fielder's head was just the best moment ever. Please help me congratulate Annalyn Lara, most improved. All right, next we'll do Heart of the Hound. And this player was new to the team this year, but she made every practice and every game, and she brought the sunflower seeds. She wasn't the most vocal, but she was someone who led by example and one that you could really rely on. She was dependable in the field and had consistency in her bat that had her hitting leadoff by the end of the season. Please join me in congratulating Josie Ellis, Heart of the Hound. All right, and our MVP. Our MVP is a young lady who is dedicated to softball. You need a really good pitching team to be 9-0 in one season, but we had an ace up our sleeve with this player. She pitched in partial games, full games, and she wouldn't even let a deer on the highway get in her way of missing a game. Her bat could be counted on, usually in the cleanup spot, and she's the only hound to clear the fence with a home run ball this season. Please join me in congratulating Jenna Baumuller, MVP.
Next, we'll bring up Tracy Faith and Tamara Baumüller for the track and field awards.
Okay. That one. All right. I'm just going to talk about a couple things quick about track and field. First, I'd like to thank all the staff for helping make our track and field day here a success. We've held it in Rollo for the past 5 or 6 years, and I think having it back on campus was received well. So thank you all the teachers and helpers that came out and ran those events for everybody. Just a couple things. We ended up having, just some quick notes here, 48 athletes went to zones. 44 ended up moving on to districts, and we probably could have had more, but we had kids that are multi-sport athletes that just couldn't move on for whatever reasons. We lost a lot of girls to the rugby trip, so we could have had more athletes move along. And then we had 12 athletes move on to provincials. Out of those 12, we have Kiara Perra getting 6 in the relay, the 4x100. We had Clive Harasny came 8th in javelin. We had Jacob Carroll come 8th in the 400 meter. We had Bowman Klippenstein come 7th in the 4x400. The 2 MVPs are, I'm going to do first the boy and then we'll have one for the girl. This person came 5th in the 200 meter, 7th in the 4x400, and 6th in the 1x100 or 4x100. Now this athlete was injured, and even though he was injured, he was still a lot faster than most people there. So I'd like to congratulate Brody Steves. Which way are you coming? My way? Thank you, sir. Good job. For the female track athletes, this girl could have been my most improved basketball player because she was the last 3 years in a row. Inside joke there. Anyway, she ended up with 4 medals. She received 3 bronze medals, 1 silver medal, and ended up getting the senior aggregate award for the province of Saskatchewan. So congratulations, Anya Kruger.
Thank you. And we'll get Doug Ross up for boys rugby.
All right. I'm not going to say too much. I just want to say we take for granted how great our athletes are here. And every year I get to coach rugby with Heart of the Hound. Oh, I'll say a little bit about our record. I think we were 16 or 17-5. It's a short but really intense season. This guy, 2nd or 3rd year Hound, he's a great kid, quiet, unassuming leader. As we say, harder than a coffin nail. And quiet leader, but he does everything right on and off the pitch. So J-Mo, come up here. Jason Morris. Yeah. Okay. Well, while we have the time here, This award, I found out about this after I've been here 10 years, but this is after Paul Metz, a football rugby player, multi-sport athlete that was tragically died in a car accident, I believe, earlier on. So it's tradition is they used to do like a captain's run for football to the cemetery and pay the respects. This is not just, this is leadership, how they carry themselves on and off the pitch, like I just mentioned. And he's here already. It's Jason Morris. Oh, wait. My bad. Now I messed up. It could have been Jason Morris. And the reason I did that is because I was going to give it to two people. So all those things are true as well. Now I feel really bad. I coached this person in multiple sports, and he's a take bounds and strides this year on the field, off the field, in the dorm. Connor Dunn. Never done that before. But it could have been. J-Mo, you can share that. Okay. Sorry. All right. Most improved player. Great kid. This guy does everything when you're not looking, everything right. And his play has improved a ton. Fast. Well liked. Kenton Dumont. Okay, last one, MVP. If I was still playing, I would like to be receiving the ball from this guy, front standoff, running hard crash lines, switches. Great vision on the field, fast, puts people in great spaces. Great player, one of the best we've had here. Dane Gillis, MVP.
And we'll get the girls rugby coaches up here, Darren and Mac, please.
All right. I'm going to start off by thanking Mac for helping out this year. I'm not the easiest guy to work with, and she's done it for quite a few years now. This year, girls rugby had a few tournaments. We went to Lloyd, we went to Calgary, and then I'm guessing the longest home series ever played at Notre Dame with Newfoundland there and back. So we ended up playing a game against Newfoundland's provincial team. Out of the girls this year, we had 22 girls. 13 had never even seen the game before the year started. The team we played from Newfoundland was their provincial team. So that's asking quite a bit. But because of that, the first award I'm going to bring up here is our most improved player. But when 13 have never played the game before, it's kind of rookie of the year as well. So this young gal, never really got a position. They get stuck everywhere where we need them. Couldn't even to this day tell you where she played. She played everywhere. So, but every time I asked her to go somewhere, she did a great job and didn't complain and basically learned 4 spots. So Hayden, come on up. All right. And for us, Heart of the Hound and Most Valuable Player are really interchangeable. I put a lot of pressure on my grade 12s and all my leaders coming back. And this year, I had the two gals who've been around since grade 10. They've done everything. They're pretty much responsible for bringing out 13 brand new kids. And just to keep it in perspective, when you see what leadership can do to a team, we played Newfoundland in Regina with 13 rookies and beat them by 50. And due to some questionable politics in Newfoundland, our grade 12s had to sit on the bench for the first game or for the game against them, and we ended up losing by a try. So it's 2 people, 3 people can make a huge difference on your team when they're the heart and when they're the most valuable player. So I'm going to call up Nevada, Heart of the Hound, and Spring MVP.
And I'll call up Terrell and Lisa for ultimate, please.
You want me to do that one first?
Okay, so we had our 2 teams this year. We had our junior side and we had our senior side. Terrell was helping out with those juniors and did a great job. And I was with the seniors primarily. So I'm going to give this over to Terrell to give our junior award winners.
Alrighty. On the program, it said senior first, so I apologize. I was not prepared. So our most improved, we'll start with that. At the start of the season, joined our ultimate team. A little bit of hesitation, a little bit of uncertainty, didn't know the rules, hadn't played before. But throughout the season, we watched her transform into a reliable and valued member of our team. We could count on her to make some clutch catches, always marking her opponents, chasing her across the field up and down, and provided really valuable contributions to our team. Her commitment to making every practice really paid off. And if this is what she shows in grade 9, I don't even want to know what it comes to when she gets to grade 12. I think she'll be a pretty unstoppable force. So with that, the most improved award for Junior Ultimate goes to Taylor Webb. Okay, and in the spirit of saving time, we merged the Heart of the Hound and the MVP award together because this is kind of like a dynamic duo. They're always working together. They would always come to practice together. They'd come to the van together. They'd leave the van together. They'd go into the restaurant together. They'd come out of the restaurant together. They led by example. They weren't always the most vocal, but when they were, it mattered. Their synergy, their commitment, and their leadership on and off the field was very evident, and it really helped us bring home the championship. So without further ado, the Heart and the Hound, the MVP, go to Mason and Liam. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Alrighty, so for our senior, I'm going to start with our most improved. And for this, when she came out, it was quite apparent of her athleticism, and she rarely ever dropped. And it was wonderful to see her gain more and more confidence as she asked questions and started to understand. Anna, come on up, most improved. All right, so for Heart of the Hound, he's not here to accept today, but recognition goes to Nathan Thompson for always having such a great attitude on and off the field, and just how he's always willing to help out, and he's been a really good part of the team. So congratulations to Nathan. And finally, for MVP, this player has been playing all his years, and I'm going to really miss him on the field. Every time he steps on the field, I know that he's going to get the job done, either by throwing, by catching, or defensively, as you saw in the video, giving us a great D block. Very smooth player, picked it up well. I hope he keeps playing. Logan Salamandra, MVP.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the high school athletes on their awards and their achievements this year throughout the year, especially in the spring season here. We're going to move over towards the hockey awards. So we'll, first and foremost, I just want to thank all of our coaches for the time and effort that they put in, day out. It's no longer a 5 months season. It's a 10-month season, and the time and effort that our coaches put in, day out, to help all of our athletes become better. I just want to make sure you guys all understand how much we appreciate that in the hockey office. So thank you to that. An area that usually doesn't get thanked a whole lot, and I always make sure I thank them, is our house parents for always kicking the kids out of the dorms when I have to phone them trying to track kids down for Nets jobs and all that kind of stuff. So thank you to the house parents for not avoiding my phone calls, tracking kids down. So thank you to them. And finally, to our athletes. Without our athletes, we wouldn't be able to have the hockey program that we have. And the time and effort that you guys want to put in to the hockey program to become better hockey players, not just on the ice, but off the ice, because the things that you do on the ice transition to who you are off the ice as well. So when you're taking that hard work, dedication on the ice, that's what translates into the type of people that you become off the ice. So I want to thank you for that dedication. Just a quick housekeeping before we start, before I bring Travis up. So similar to what we've done with the high school sports awards, we'll do the individual pictures. We'll do the group pictures. We did start this last year, and I saw that the high school sports stole my idea. So thanks, guys. But after we do the team awards, then any of the teams that have graduating players on it, then we'll have our coaches introduce our graduating players, come up, and we'll get a picture with the whole group together. We won't do the individual pictures for the grade 12s, but we'll do the group together just with the grade 12s. And then at the end of it, I'd like to try to get all of our grade 12s together with the jerseys that they've received today for a picture out front of the church before we move forward. So with that, I'd like to call up Travis Harrington, our U15 varsity head coach, or assistant coach.
Good Good afternoon, everyone. Head coach Billy Keane and I were tasked with working with a raw, energetic, young group of hockey players. That applied to everywhere, not just on the ice in the dressing room. That was all around campus. I want to make sure to thank the players. Both Billy and I are really proud of the maturation of our players and the improvement throughout this year. We have some really strong future hounds. The majority of our group is coming back next year, and really excited to see what comes out of all of that. So we'll start off with our most improved player. This is a player who came in. He worked really hard on the ice, worked really hard in the gym to improve in a lot of areas. Learned a lot early in the season about taking care of himself as well. Has improved as a student as well. Great teammate and did anything we were ever asked of him. So Sean Hardwick Brown, come on up. Come on over. Next, we had two most dedicated players. These are two players who worked hard and practiced every day. They were found in the gym outside of regular workout times in the shooting center. Did a lot of really good things for us as a team. So I'd like to welcome Louis Barbs and Pearson Sokolowski. Did I mention that was most dedicated? Did I mention what the award was?
I think so.
And our last two awards are going to the same person. One is the most sportsmanlike player. I never want anyone to think that the most sportsmanlike award means that this is a player who doesn't play very hard. This most sportsmanlike player is also our team MVP. Played extremely hard for us, basically every game. Brought everything he had, made a lot of improvements, very coachable, great attitude. Probably a future captain here at Notre Dame. I give him a hard time because the third oldest looking guy on the team was probably this guy. But I want to welcome Joey Jackson. Come on over.
This time we'd like to call upon Bob Baumler, the assistant coach of the U15 prep team.
All right. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to present the U15 awards this year. I'd like to start by just thanking the team. It was a great bunch of guys to work with. I know we've had some ups and downs. If you looked at Christmas, I think we were dead last in the league, and by the end of the season, going into playoffs, we were in the top 10. So, those guys in there in that U15 dressing room, and also the guys from the U15 varsity team who came up and helped out and came to practice, etc. You guys put in the effort, and you were rewarded by moving up in the standings. So great job, and I want to thank you guys for that this year. I'm going to start with our most sportsmanlike award. This young man, plays the game hard, values the game and respects the game. And he, he could also be possibly the most improved player on the team as well. But the most sportsmanlike player this year, I'd like to congratulate Luke White. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, our next award, our most improved player. This guy came into the season, he worked hard, and every game, every practice, every day, workout, etc., just improved and improved all throughout the season and into our last game, still working and improving. Moved his way up and down the lineup. I would like to congratulate our most improved player this year, Joe Watson. All right. Our most dedicated player. This award goes to a young man. I haven't been here for a long time. This guy works tirelessly on the ice, in the weight room, always working on improving his game and asking questions of how he can improve and taking the time with the coaches, watching video, etc. I'd like to congratulate Broker Fox. All right, and our most valuable player. This young guy, brings a lot of energy. Game changer at times. Quite the character on and off the ice. Well respected by his teammates. I'd like to congratulate Thomas Mucker McPhee.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to call upon the coaching staff for the female AA Hounds. It's Becky Simpson, Kaylee Johnson, and assistant to the traveling secretary, Stefan Gauvin.
Do you want to say any of this? Just remember your part. Right?
Oh, yeah, I remember. I'm ready.
Okay, I got the memo about short and sweet, so I'm just going to run through these here. I'll start with our most improved player. This is someone at the start of the year, you kind of get your depth chart, and then I just remember Kaylee and Stefan and I every time on the bench just like looking at each other like, she pulled that out of where? So our most improved player is Jules Schmidt. All right, our most sportsmanlike player, really fun to have around and honestly more mature than I am. And really fun on the bus because I don't know, I have two little kids and I listen to Winnie the Pooh a lot. Anybody know Rabbit, the character Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh, who has a million friends and relations? This was like her driving on the bus. Ooh, my auntie lives there. Ooh, I know someone who lives over there. Cameron Halkett. Okay, most dedicated player. Came back from injury, and it was like she never left. Big help to have around. Always, whenever I needed anything, was there. That was all of my leadership team, but one that really stood out here is Treya Hall. And to round things out, our most valuable player had to shoulder a lot of games due to injury, and we wouldn't have had the success we did without her, Rain Hall. Okay. Okay. Okay, in alphabetical order, our graduates. Anna.
Vozilevich.
Oh, that's good. Okay, Anna is a one-year hound from Santa Barbara, California. Next year, she is going to be attending Hood College, pursuing a major in psychology and a minor in French. She'll also be playing NCAA Div 3 while she's there. Kiera Coakwell is a 2-year hound from Hay River, Northwest Territories. Kiera was our assistant captain this year, and she's, again, always fun to have around. Cameron Halkett, a 1-year hound from Lac La Ronge, Saskatchewan. Next year, she will be attending the University of Saskatchewan, pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. And of course, Brie Martel, our top 10 hound. You know, everyone saw that move. 1-year hound from Waterhen, Saskatchewan. Brie, yeah, her plans for next year are undecided, but there we are. There's our graduating AA hounds.
You got it? Yeah, you got it? It's right there. Yeah.
I've been asked to fill in for Craig, Doug, and Caitlin. The female AAA team had a great season this year with many close games thanks to their dedication on and off the ice. They made it all the way to the provincial finals this year, finishing with a record of 11-14-5. This season was a year that helped our athletes build adversity and resiliency that we as a coaching staff hope they take with them for years to come. The coaching staff apologizes for being unable to attend, but would like to thank our team, including the APs from the AA team, for an amazing hockey season. So we will just get right to it. Our most improved player, or the most improved player for the female AAA Hounds this year, TJ Weeb. The most sportsmanlike player for the Hounds, Sophia Banda. The most dedicated player for the Hounds, the female AAA Hounds, Spring Mossett. And our co-MVPs for the female AAA Hounds are Shay Campog and Kate Williams. Okay, we will now recognize our grade 12s. We have 8 3-year hounds: Spring Mossett, Alexa Albert, Sophia Banda, Eden Carius, Shay Campog, Tamara Empey, Bree Rutz, Nevada Weisbrod. And we have 2 grade 12 1-year hounds, first-year hounds, Sasha Malenfant and Ellie Rawlick.
Alexa, yeah, the leaves. This time, we'd like to call upon our U18A coaches, Doug Ross and Randy Steves.
Okay, quick note about our season. Obviously, very challenging. But I will say, I know you don't want to hear the cliches. You can't judge everything on wins and losses, but you can't. I thought most of our guys improved a ton because they definitely all got a lot of ice time. So we'll start with our most sportsmanlike player. He could have got multiple awards, I think. Extremely coachable, played in all situations, and a great teammate. Randy and I loved working with him. Most sportsmanlike, Garrett Hansen. Good job, buddy. Okay, move on to our most improved player. Excuse me. So we started the year with extra players. This player was supposed to be a practice player. And as the year went on, he was one of our most dependable defensemen. He plays with grit. He listens. He's well liked by his teammates. And I think most of the campus, I can agree here. Dominic Bouchard. Okay, our most dedicated player. I've heard rumblings this may not be returning, but hopefully he does after a year. Played a ton with us and with Mike, as well as a lot of our players. Always worked hard, played with grit, despite us both being vertically challenged. But he's going to grow, unlike me. Our most dedicated player, great teammate, Daniel Zick. So our MVP, I think I talked about wins and losses. A forward and their goals and assists are their stats. For a goalie, obviously it's your save percentage. And when you're facing 50, 60, 70 plus shots a game, and his work on the ice and off the ice and challenging his teammates and being a leader by example, our goalie, Clay Harmon, MVP. So we had two grade 12, two grads for our jerseys here. Landon is not here. So our other grade 12, our assistant captain is Lincoln Nazarchuk. I think, Lincoln, you're going to U of S, right? Taking engineering? U of R business. I was wrong. Okay. I was close. Lincoln.
And Mike.
I'll just keep waiting. Thank you. Couple things that I wanted to say. First off, thanks to all the coaches and everyone for their time and efforts, and to all of you as athletes for dedicating as much time as you do to all of the sports that you do. It's a grind. And I challenged all of you at the start of the year, right, to commit to the grind and to commit to the teams that you committed to. And you did. And it's evident in all of you that are up here multiple times. We all know what kind of athletes you are. And it's just awesome to see. So I really appreciate it. So thank you all. Clap, clap. Yeah. All right. To my guys, it was a tough year. I've got a couple things. So it was tough, but you know what, guys, without going through some, with that adversity, you don't get to be the person you need to be without going through it. And our guys went through it at the start, and it was tough. It challenged us as coaches, and it challenged you as players, and we went through it together, and we came out at the end better because of it all. From Anthony, he wanted to just touch on how proud he is as a group of young people from across the globe, how you were united and how you were united by sport and a passion for improvement. He said it was a unique coaching experience full of highs and lows that allowed all of us to grow. And unfortunately, he's not here today, but he wanted me to pass that on to you. So there you go. He said, enjoy the day. Yeah, and it was tough, but we learned a lot. And I want to thank you all for giving me that opportunity to learn from you just as much as hopefully you learned something from me, maybe. All right, we'll start with the awards. I'm going to call up our most improved player. I'm just going to call you up. Simon Schlosser, come on up. Didn't say much, but Simon was good at the start of the year, and at the end of the year, even better. It was awesome. And even better than that, he's coming back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Wait a minute, I just gave that one away. What am I doing? All right. Our most sportsmanlike player. Connor Wilkins, come on up. Oh, Connor's not here. That's too bad. I'm not giving it to anyone else. These next two awards, our MVP and our Heart of the Hound, are dedicated players. It's tough. Your Heart of the Hound should be your MVP, and your MVP should be your Heart of the Hound if they're truly what they are. So I'm going to call up first our MVP, Thomas Curry. I was looking back at some video of him getting rocked in Revelstoke 2 years ago. Absolutely blown up in the middle of the ice. I didn't think he was going to get up and play anymore, but he did. He made it. And then we went back this year and he was standing guys up. It was awesome to see. So thank you. And our Heart of the Hound most dedicated player. I've had the opportunity to work with this kid for 3 years? Reed Parrott, come on up. 3 years, Reed. So Bantam with a good group of boys that year. That was fun too. And then again here in midget, and Mighty Mouse, I don't know, just one of the smallest guys gets just always working hard and doing everything he can. This is the key, boys, and it's something that I drive and girls to everybody that's here. I try to drive this into you and on the ice, is that pace and practice and pushing your pace and pushing your pace. And if you're not going to push your pace and practice, you're not going to get better. And it doesn't matter how many times you fall, you get back up and you keep pushing that pace. But you need somebody to initiate that. Then you watch your best players, you watch your Baumulers, you watch your whoever, it's your Reeds and your Thomas when you bought in there halfway through the year and started getting that pace, right? And picking and finding it. But you got to figure it out. And Reed figured it out and he pulled everybody with him. And, as an MVP or as a Heart of the Hound, that's what we needed. And he worked his tail off. He didn't have to. He's not going on and playing anything next year unless it's campus rec at U of A, but it's right. Or did you decide that you were going to play something now? No. Okay. Well, but that's it. And he wanted to win and he wanted to compete. And that's what you have to do. And all of you need to start doing that. If you want to win games, you want to compete in games, you got to push your pace. Okay. And that's it. So thank you. Oh, I thought we were doing that. I don't listen. Okay, and our grade 12s. Sultan, where are you, Sultan? Come on up. Yeah. What a fun guy. Hey, just awesome. I got to spend Easter with them too. It was so much fun. Yeah. I'm going to miss these guys and it's tough, but these are grade 12. So yeah.
I got one. Well, right now we'll go with our U17 Prep Red team. Unfortunately, Mitch and James are sitting in a conference in Regina right now, so I think you guys might be having more fun than them. So in their place, they've asked Bob Baumuler to step in to congratulate their winners.
All right, thank you. Yes, as Johnny mentioned, unfortunately, Mitch and James cannot be here. A couple words to their team. They'd like to thank their team for the year hard work and the dedication. I know the results probably were not what we all wanted, but the growth and the maturity and the finish and success that they did have, they want to thank you guys. And I'll just go ahead and present the awards. So we're going to start with most sportsmanlike. So most sportsmanlike award for the U17 Prep Red is Carson Hebert.
Thank you so much.
All right. So our most improved player for U17 Red, Lewis Brown. And our most dedicated player, Callum Starnes. All right. And our most valuable player, multisport athlete, Broden Pladsen.
Next up to present the U17 Prep Awards, we'd like to call upon the assistant coach, Sergey Belov, and to help with a few words from Bob Rutz, who's away today, Stefan Gauvin.
John. Yeah. Okay, I'm filling in for Bob, and while I'm doing that, I just ask, just to save a little bit of time, or if I could ask Ryder, Dustin, Sam, and Liam to just come up and sit down up here, please. So I'm going to read, you'll find out a little bit more about these guys. Okay, so this is from Bob. I regret not being able to present our team awards today. Before we present the U17 Prep Team Awards, I would like to take a moment to recognize the outstanding efforts and dedication of all the U17 Prep players throughout this past season. For me personally, I truly enjoyed the opportunity I had this year to get to know each player individually, both on and off the ice. They were a pleasure to coach and truly admired their significant progress during this past season. I would also like to acknowledge the tremendous improvement that players made individually and the overall progress that we made as a team. As a coach, to witness the growth in each player and their ability to learn the game truly made this past season one of the most rewarding coaching experiences I have ever had. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my assistant coach, Sergey Belov, for his amazing dedication to the U17 Prep program and all the work he did both on and off the ice. And at this time, I will recognize the individual players, starting with most improved. This player was an absolute pleasure to coach and improved in so many areas of the game this season. It took him a while to learn the game and adjust to AAA hockey. However, he remained patient, put the work in to improve in practice, and had an outstanding mindset when it came to receiving feedback and learning his position. By the end of the season, he was relied upon in key situations, both offensively and defensively, and was often called upon to help run our power play. Congratulations to our most improved player, Dustin Gamble. Most dedicated player. This player was one of our leading scorers and was a great leader for us this year. He was an everydayer, and he demonstrated a strong desire to continually get better both on and off the ice each day. His professional approach to the game and his willingness to always go to the tough areas of the ice made him a key player for us this year in all situations. He was eager to learn and always practiced as hard as he played and always had the team's best interest ahead of his own. Congratulations to the most dedicated player, Liam McCloy. For the most sportsmanlike, this was an easy choice, as this player always demonstrated the utmost integrity and humility and was often the voice of reason for us this year when the team struggled in the early part of the season. He was an honest leader, both on and off the ice, and was dedicated to improving his craft by displaying his strong work ethic in practice. He was a positive influence in the dressing room, on the bench, and on the ice. He never complained and always treated his teammates, coaches, and opponents with the utmost respect. Congratulations to the most sportsmanlike player, Sam Custer. Ryder here today? There he is. Okay. Awesome, Ryder. So Ryder, as the MVP, was one of the top scorers this past season, was one of our most consistent performers on our team throughout the season. His largest area of growth this season was his ability to compete and learn how to play defensively. As a result, he was often relied upon in key defensive situations late in games. Overall, he played in all key situations, was a key member of our power play, and had an overall positive impact in most games, both offensively and defensively. Ryder was a quiet leader for us, but he inspired his teammates with his hard play and effort. Congratulations to MVP Ryder Jennings Gilroy. This time I will call up the grade 12s on the U17 prep team. Number 3, Dustin Gamble is a one-year hound from Coche First Nation, Manitoba. Number 7, Tyler Stace, a 3-year hound from Saskatoon. Number 20, Marshall Kitely, who is a first-year hound from Selkirk, Manitoba. Come on up, guys.
This time I'd like to call upon the U18 prep assistant coach, Jason McLean.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Arnie Kaplan and myself, I'd like to thank the guys on the U18 prep for a great season. I'd also personally like to thank Arnie for a great season as well. Arnie sent me a few notes to read here. So we'll get right into the awards. Our most sportsmanlike player, forgot my glasses, was a very good teammate and showed leadership on and off the ice. He demonstrated a positive attitude all year and contributed with some big goals late in the season. He competed hard always, displaying exemplary sportsmanship towards his teammates, the opposition, officials, and coaches. In total, he accumulating a whopping 2 minutes in penalties. Our most sportsmanlike player, Matt O'Toole. Oh, thank you. How strong are they? All right. Found some glasses. Okay, our most improved player. From day one, this player was committed to improving his game, working exceptionally hard, both on and off the ice. He improved in several areas throughout the season, becoming a better teammate, improving his practice habits, and ultimately his game preparation and performance. Please help me congratulate our most improved player, Cale Livingston. Our most dedicated player, this individual is one of our team leaders. He was consistent in preparation and his energy level for off-ice workouts, practices, and game performances. His game was always elite. He trained and competed very hard at every opportunity, showing that everything was purposeful. He was a key contributor to our team. Our most dedicated player, Aiden Pym. And our most valuable player, this individual was challenged in many ways this season from start to finish and rose to the challenge. He was the backbone of our team while competing in an exceptionally talented and competitive league. He is a student of the game. His will to win and desire to improve carried his play throughout the season. He kept us in games all season and is well deserving of this award. Our most valuable player is Ben Chornomits. I don't think he's here. I don't think Ben is here today. Okay, our graduates. We got lots. Okay, as I call your name, please come up. 1-year hound from Airdrie, Alberta, Ethan Similini. 2-year hound from Vienna, Austria, Stefan Hesch. 1-year hound from Ottawa, Ontario, Owen Kingen. 4-year hound from Coaldale, Alberta, Bowman Klippenstein. 3-year hound from Wake Forest, North Carolina, Talon Langston. A 2-year hound from Kazakhstan. Adiat can't be with us today, but Adiat Masson. 2-year hound from Rokenville, Saskatchewan, our captain, Reese Osicki. 3-year hound from the Pas, Manitoba, Matt O'Toole. 3-year hound from Mexico City, Mexico, Fran Romano. 4-year hound from Flin Flon, Manitoba, Logan Salamandra. 4-year hound from Hicksville, New York, Liam Chancellor. A 4-year hound from North Saanich, BC, George Timmons. And 3-year hound from Calgary, Alberta, Justin Van de Ploeg. Do I have to get in this picture or no? Okay.
Gotta have some fun. And now at this time, I'd like to call upon the U18 AAA Hounds assistant coach, Jack Fleming.
I'm well aware of the time we're at here, so I'll keep it quick. We had an interesting season, had a lot of ups and downs, played a few games with a depleted lineup, went out to Halifax and did okay. We've had some injuries. Couple thank yous. I'd like to thank all the coaches at all levels. Working with you all this year was great. I'd like to thank Kev White, head coach. Gave me a lot of leash as a first-year coach to really run away with new concepts and new ideas to bring to the boys and try and develop in a different way. So I'll get right into the awards here. First one, most dedicated player. This is an easy one for me. Don't have to say too much about him. He was our captain. He's a he's a Per Murray Award winner, Caden McLean. Next up, we got most improved player. This guy is a first-year Hound. He came in and he was raw. He was a good player. He had some good skill set on him. Could skate pretty well. But he took his craft very seriously on and off the ice. He started working out to a new level. Every time he stepped on that ice, he was ready to get better, and that's Austin Watts. Next up, we got most sportsmanlike player. This guy, he plays the game hard at all times. He's a respectful player out there. He's not out there to hurt anyone. I asked him a couple times throughout the year to try out new positions, playing forward with the depleted lineup. Commonly, he would jump forward and D, and that's Henry Parisi. Finally, we got the most valuable player. This guy brings it every day. He's a leader on our campus, and we're going to be happy to have him again next year as a leader on this campus. Me and Kev call him Mr. Serious, and that's Fierson Lohendorf. Just our grade 12s here. Don't want to miss anyone, so we have quite a few of them. First off, in net, Mariko Bercier. Mariko's currently on the junior trend, trying to just find the right place to play. We know he's going to land on his feet. Next up, we got Bexon Fox, returning to be an SJHL Hound next season. Next up, we got another first-year Hound. He's going down to Cincinnati to play for the Junior Cyclones, and that's Dylan Hoth. Next guy here is he's pursuing his hockey dream as well here at Notre Dame. He's making a big push, and that's Caleb Cornelson. Next guy is a Hound that's gone and come back. He carries himself with the utmost class. He's going to do great things in the MJHL next year in Niverville, and that's Brian Linklater. Next up, we got Caden. He's already up here. After Caden, this guy is he's a character. I like to tell him that he's got an addictive personality.
I like it when he brings his positive personality because that's a lot better, and that's Ash Mitchellmore. Our other goalie here, Russell Newman, he's going down to play for the Border Bruins in the KIJHL. Henry's already up here. He's on his journey down to the States. After Henry, we got Austin Watts, who's already up here, and that's all of them. Congrats, boys.
Before we move on to a couple other awards, there's three other gentlemen I'd like to recognize as well. Three of our grade 12s that played on our junior A team this year. So we just like to congratulate them on the year this year and their time here at Notre Dame. So first, one-year hound from Denair Beach, Carson Regan. Next is a three-year hound from St. John's, Newfoundland, Carter Hines. And finally, four-year hound from Ogden, Utah, DJ Freegang. To me, the next award I'm going to present, to me, it's always a tough thing to present. That's our Team of the Year award. From someone who's watched probably every single home game this year and being able to see the development from September when everyone got here to the end of the season, and seeing how teams progressed and how teams got better, how players got better. I know it's tough sometimes for you guys to see the development that you guys actually had throughout the year, but as a person who sits there and watches it every day and sees that development that you guys have had over the year, it's fun to see how much better you guys become day in, day out, and understanding the game and how to come together as a team. To me, a Team of the Year isn't always wins and losses. I can look at our U18 AA team. Honestly, I had fun watching you guys when you guys were battling hard and you guys beat the top team in the league. You guys had that ability. Everything had to go right, but you guys competed hard. And we had teams like that throughout our whole program where you don't always see wins and losses to determine how good you guys are as a team. We had our U15 prep team this year who went an unbelievable run after Christmas to get into the top 12 at playoffs, where I think they only lost a handful of games after Christmas, if that, right, Bob? Then we had our U17 prep team, and they're another team. They kind of got off to a slow start. But then as the year went on, you saw that development, and every single night they competed with some of the top teams in the league. And again, you see that development night in, night out. Again, a team that come second half of the season, they weren't losing very many games, and you saw that development. Honorable mention that I want to throw out there as well is our 4 grade 9 girls with the South Sask Renegades.
being part of the provincial championship winning team this year as well. So I want to congratulate them. But for us, this year with the team of the year, again, they had ups and downs throughout the year. But when it mattered the most, you saw how good that team could be. And eventually losing to the national championship team in the provincial finals, you saw how good they could be and how good they could push the top team in the nation. So for that, I'd like to call upon the captains of the U18 female AAA team for the team of the year. I hope he's not sleeping back there, so I'll call upon our strength and conditioning coach, Adam Chernick, to present the Gym Rat Awards for this year.
This year for the top performance training awards, it's not the athlete who's the strongest, it's not who's fastest, it's who puts in the most work, who's accountable, and who's doing the things they need to do day in and day out. So we'll start with the U15 male, Broker Fox. Job, Broker. For the female, Spring Mossett. And for the last one, U18 male. Do you remember who it is?
That's your job.
Oh, okay. Francisco Romano.
Yep. Smile at him. I guess we get it here. Adam was a little late getting the names in, so for the Gym Rats, make sure to bring those plaques back, because those aren't actually your plaques yet. So we'll get those to you, just so you guys are aware. Last award that I have to present, I get to present tonight, is the Dalton Dwyer Memorial Trophy. This is the oldest trophy at Notre Dame. When you look at this trophy over here, the first year that it was handed out was 1927-28. So the trophy's been around for almost 100 years. During the time at Notre Dame, it's had different purposes and reasons to hand it out. When I first got here, we actually didn't hand it out. Before I got here, it was the Junior A MVP award. We did some research when we wanted to bring it back and talked about character and being a good athlete. And then I've heard top hockey player. So when we started to kind of want to bring it back together, I know Del Pedrick and I, wanted to kind of do some research on what that was. So the criteria that we came up with to
recognize an individual for the Dalton Dwyer Award is they have to be a high-level hockey player at Notre Dame. They have to be a leader both on and off the ice. They will have to be determined, and they have to value Notre Dame ideals. So when I look around this room, I know there's a lot of guys and girls in this room that would be more than deserving for this award each and every year, especially this year. So it's never an easy thing to try to figure out who deserves it. But this year, for the effort that you saw him put in on the ice this year, over the years that he's been here, not gonna lie, he is a goof. So, but he likes to have fun, and he probably needs a little bit more on the mind side at times to stay focused. But this year's Dalton Dwyer Award winner is Carter Hines.
All right. Okay. Just want to thank John and Mike for all their dedication, hard work behind the scenes today. So let's hear it for those two guys. Thank you very much. And as we bring this to a close, I'm just going to ask Lisa to come up here. We're going to do the prayer and victory march before we depart. But just one last thing here. Thank you to the coaches first off. So let's hear it for the coaches and all the support staff. But most importantly, we wouldn't be here without the guys and gals sitting in the chairs there and playing the sports. So, not everybody can win an award, but everybody contributes to Notre Dame. To be a Hound is a special thing. We sat up here and we listened to Paul earlier in the day, and all the coaches come up here and talk. But and I was fortunate enough to be a Hound and sit in the seats where you guys and gals are sitting right now and being at awards nights. It's a special thing. It's something that you'll take with you long after you leave here, and you might not realize it right now. The tough days when you're up at 6 for practices, your coach is on you. We're just here because we want to make you better. We want to not only make you better at your sports, but we want to make you better people and better leaders. So again, thank you to all the athletes and everybody for all the support this year. And I'll bring up Lisa and we'll do one last prayer and victory march and we'll be off for the weekend. Thank you. Yeah. One last grade 12s. Who received their jerseys. Could you just meet outside the church after to get a picture? Thank you.
Dear Notre Dame, we hail the alma mater, thy loyal hounds, thy banners proudly bear. We pledge to thee our love and our devotion. We beg thee hear and grant our prayer. Oh, guide our steps and lead us safely onward through all the years with loving care. What though the odds be great or small, oh, Notre Dame will win overall, while her loyal hounds are marching onward to victory. Cheer, cheer for old Notre Dame, wake up the echoes, cheering her name. Send a volley cheer on high, shake down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small, old Notre Dame will win overall, while her loyal hounds are marching onward to victory. Cheer, cheer for old Notre Dame, wake up the echoes, cheering her name. Send a volley cheer on high, shake down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small, old Notre Dame will win overall, while her loyal hounds are marching onward to victory. Notre Dame!